Hey, it's Josh Wymore coming to you with a spark today. A small but powerful idea to ignite your life and your leadership. Today's idea is for people that want to improve something that's underperforming, an underperforming account, an underperforming relationship, some area that's underperforming. The idea is this: when you're looking to improve this underperforming area, clone the bright spots. Now, this idea comes from two brothers, Chip and Dan Heath, and their excellent book, Switch. And to make their point, they tell a story about an organization called Save the Children that's combating child malnutrition in Vietnam in 1990. Now, the guy working for Save the Children at this time, he goes into Vietnam, and there's a ton of problems, a ton of reasons that there's malnutrition in Vietnam. There's lack of sanitation, lack of clean water, lack of education, lots of systemic issues. And if this director, Jerry Sternin, if he's like most of us, what he does is he goes to the biggest problem areas and he tries to figure out why these really, really malnutrition kids are the way they are and what we can do to help them. But he doesn't do that because he doesn't have the time to tackle the systemic issues that are creating those problems. Instead, he looks for the bright spots. He takes some local moms with him and they go around villages and they look for kids that are beating the norms, these positive outliers, kids that are healthier than they should be. And it is a deep dive on those families to figure out what it is they do differently. And he finds some really practical things. For these healthy families, these kids, their moms mix in sweet potato greens in with the rice. They break up portion sizes so they eat more frequently throughout the course of the day. They add crab and shrimp and stuff like that in with food as well. Really small practical things that give them these valuable nutrients. And so once he has these bright spots, he can then clone those across other villages and other families. He doesn't have to solve those systemic problems, at least not right away. He can find these small wins to get things moving. Now, the implications for you as a leader, I think, are pretty clear. If you've got 5 relationships, 3 of them are kind of mediocre, one of them's really bad, one of them's really good, most of us, we look at the really bad relationship and try and bring it up to average. But the insight from Chip and Dan Heath is, instead of focusing on that average, those average accounts or that really bad account, what's that one great account doing? What are the variables in that equation that make it such a great account? How do you learn from that example and clone that bright spot across the rest of your relationships? Now, I hope you find this idea useful today. I hope you put it into practice, and if you do, share it with others so that other people around us can clone the bright spots and make our world a better place today.